Good morning and welcome to the Heart of David podcast. Today is Friday. I am Justin Akers and I'm joined with my brother Marcus Akers.
It's good to be with you.
We were I was playing with some sound effects beforehand and it got out of hand.
Yeah.
And,
Beforehand, out of hand.
I had it sounding very, very interesting.
Yes.
But the reversal of that process was not too easy. So anyway, I guess it helps to know what you're doing. So we got it fixed up. We are ready. Mark is really liking the intro music. He said we can start a new podcast, Getting Jiggy with Jesus. So I'm going to leave that to you.
Well, I'm always inspired by music. So
we actually are now on Rumble. For those of you that are not just on YouTube or Facebook, but you want to watch us on Rumble, we are now on Rumble. I think we had some difficulty this morning going live on Rumble, but the video will be on there probably by the end of the day since it did not post live. We'll have to figure out the technical issues there, but we are on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Rumble.
Excellent.
And you can
That's
check out
exciting.
all of it. It is exciting.
yeah, to have a whole new venue with a whole new audience, a different audience. I mean, that is amazing. And so I'm excited about that.
You need to check Rumble out.
I am. You mentioned it the other day. I'm not yet a member, but I will be going on there. I'm gonna try to find something that rhymes with shakers, and then I'm going to do my best on that.
Well, me and JL were setting it up, and they have categories. You have suggested videos and all this. Well, they have a whole section called slap.
Okay.
And it's like right there on the front page. And so I'm getting our stuff set up, and I looked at JL and said,
What's a slap?
Well, that's what I asked JL. I was like, what is slap? He said, oh, Daddy, click on it. And I was like,
It's like their version of shorts or something?
No, it's so much better. It's
so much better.
It's like UFC with slapping. You have two guys that stand across the table about like this, and they gear up.
I've seen that. I'm not a fan.
Oh, it's awful. We watched it for a little while,
And they keep on going until someone falls, and then they have like a little red styrofoam stick kind of thing, and I think that's the I give up moment.
Well,
throwing
I don't know
the
because they
towel
hold it behind their back. I think they're doing that to keep their hand.
No, I think if you throw it, it says I'm done.
Oh.
I think that's what, or if you drop it or anything like that, you basically throwing in the towel.
Well,
that's my understanding.
We
But
watched,
again, I'm not a slap expert.
Well, we watched
so you can't,
one, and
you can't trust my slap expertise.
Well, these two ladies step up there, and JL said, "Oh, Daddy, you got to see this one." And,
I've seen some of those.
Well, this one girl, she slaps the other one, and I mean, her hair goes everywhere. She just looks at her, she smiles like that's good, and then she steps up, she slaps the other one, and the other one went completely catatonic. Just boom. So anyway,
it is crazy what we find excitement in.
Well, that's a whole category on Rumble, not advertising.
We will not be on the. You will not see Justin and I on the Slap channel.
No, you will not. So we're going to speak about peace, I think.
Yes, peace, unity. The Holy Spirit, the move of God. But there's so many avenues. But our culture is really, really unique. The way it exploits different activities. Basically, adrenaline. Anything to do with adrenaline.
Well, it's really interesting because like we do a weekly podcast. We have our services online. I don't like to be on camera.
Okay.
Not my favorite thing. But this is the ministry is.
Yeah, this is where God is taking so many ministries. The ability to preach the truth, the gospel, through multiple venues, and then God will lead people to hear messages and sermons. But it is something like YouTube or Facebook or so forth. It's not regulated, or it is regulated, but it's it's a very dispersed voices.
It is.
But the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth, leading people to hear the gospel. I mean, not so much having one brand or another, but the control of information, the season that humans could control what other people hear, see, think, and so forth. Technology is tearing down those walls. And so now the gospel is able to go into foreign countries, whereas before, for instance, like China or Russia or so forth, they do control their internet, but there are ways that they could get on, like what they say, the dark web kind of thing. But they can literally get in and hear preachers and evangelists and get the truth. It's very interesting how technology has changed the world.
I was listening to a guy the other day. His name is Jamie Winship, and just an amazing man, an amazing minister. He was a police officer, had a lot of great stories about when he was a police officer, but he was approached by the CIA to work for the State Department overseas in dealing with some issues. And the immediate issue that they had was they had a CIA operative that was missing. And so they needed someone to be able to get in and get some intel. And they asked him what he would do. He said, well, first off, I wouldn't send an operative in. He said, you need somebody completely separate from the State Department, somebody completely independent. And they said, well, do you think you can do it? And he said, well, if they're human, yeah. So what he began to do, he went in and they were able to handle that case.